Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to cover a lot of content and it's going to go on for a while, but in the YouTube video I will segment that into moments, so I would suggest watching the full video once and then you can come back at any time, look at the moments along the bottom and see which one that you're looking for to fast forward to that section. Okay, so let's get going. When you first start the software you need to create a new project, so we'll call that test. Click on add, then you'll see that there, and click on next. So that brings you to this window, which is where you put your links. What's very cool here is that we use tokens and Spintax, which are now called Tokentax. This is really cool. So if you see here, you can put a token after the domain, and whatever you put inside that token will become the anchor text for that link. You can leave the link there as it is and it will just post it directly as you type it in there, or you can use tokens, plus you can use Spintax inside that token, which I've now called the ability to have Tokentax, whatever. I'll show you how to do that right now. So your typical link without any anchor text or tokens or Spintax would be if you put that in the software, that will come up exactly like that, a hyperlinked domain. If you use the token like this, the software will produce a link that looks like this. That is what the software will produce if you put this in the software, which is very cool. So now on to Spintax. So Spintax is typically so each time the software creates a link or runs past this window, it will randomly choose between red, blue or green. So if you have this brings us to adding tokens and Spintax. So every time the software creates a link, it will choose randomly between the different keyword phrases you put in the token inside Spintax. So I'll give you a real world example. So in this example, this is the long tailed keyword phrase that we're going for. And how did I come to that? I found all the related keywords to the main keyword phrase that we want to rank for, formal dresses, and then I found all the related terms. One of those is graduation, Australia, and year 12. So these are the terms that will bring the best traffic to this website, the most profitable traffic, etc., etc. These 6 terms here. So I made one long tail keyword phrase combining all of those terms in a way that made sense. So eventually I will create a landing page to suit this, with all of these terms in the title and in the path. Before we get there, this is what I did to prep that site for ranking for those terms. So it was open token and then Spintax. I'll get to the Spintax. So what I did is I run 3 domains, each with 2 keyword phrases. So remove any spaces, next keyword, close the Spintax, and then close the token. And I did that 3 times. So each link has 2 opportunities of different anchor text. So I did that. I'll come back to that once it's done. And the last one, two keyword phrases, token open, Spintax, a pipe between the words, close off the Spintax, and close off the token. Beautiful. And so we put that in the software and it looks exactly like this. Perfect. So each time this software runs a project, it's going to drop those 3 links. This link will either be Year 12 formal dresses or Year 12 graduation dresses. This link, anchor text, will be Formal Dresses Australia or Graduation Dresses Australia. The next link will be Year 12 dresses or Year 12 dresses Australia. And if I want to get other stuff indexed, it will be whatever the link is, just drop it in there. Too easy. I'll get on to more about this in terms of the strategy at a later point. So in here, you have the blog title, Spintax, up to only 30 characters. So what's really cool in this window is you can put article content, text content, and HTML. So if you want an image to appear in the blogs that are created and then are redistributed across the entire network via RSS, for example, you can put images. If you'd like to, and you can put, let me find it. At RSI Guru/download, you can use this iframe generator and you can use Spintax. These are both great sites. You just put your link in here to a video, or if you're putting an embed of the video, use the embed code supplied by YouTube. And what I like to do is make the width 600. Which, luckily, it's default on this generator, or the article spinner. Paste your content in there, click on generate, and there is the result in this window here. Too easy. So in this window, you can use any HTML, but generally I like to use the YouTube embed code supplied by YouTube. You can put images in here, so this is the code for the images. I like to keep the images 600 wide, and you can determine the height to suit relative to the images. And so that is exactly what an image looks like that I've used in other projects. So I just keep it 600 high. I don't put the length. It determines that by the length of the image itself. And a blog title, typically you can just use this. And make sure it's not longer than 30 characters. 22. Perfect. So in there you can put your article content, your spun article content, images, embeds, whatever HTML you like. And I'll show you what that looks like. So this is one of the completed projects where it's made a blogger and a Tumblr. It supplies the blogger root URL, the internal page, Tumblr, root URL, RSS, and the blog post. So this is what it looks like. Very, very cool embed of YouTube video. The graphic that I got created to represent what this software is. Another graphic, and these are the links that I'm getting indexed, and also links from our database of other members that have come in here. And since they're all pretty much the same, that means there are no members, because there aren't. So in this instance, it's retrieved my links from the database because nobody's purchased this software yet. Very, very cool. The RSS feed looks exactly like that, and that is distributed. So the RSS feed from the Tumblr and the Blogger is distributed to a random number of these WordPress blogs, which I'm not privileged to devolve, but it goes to a bunch of these WordPress blogs. Then that is then reproduced as a post on those WordPress blogs. So each of these WordPress blogs has its own RSS feed of these new posts that have come from here and here. And then via IFTT, those posts are redistributed to 10 Twitter accounts, 10 Tumblr blogs, and another 10 Blogger blogs. So that is very, very cool. So once you've put your article content in there, your embeds, images, what have you, you click next. Double click on your Google account to move it over there. If you click on to, you'll be presented with this pop-up window, which means you can purchase the ability to run more than one Google account. Now, if I didn't put that there, you can imagine, I can tell you for sure, people would put literally hundreds of Google accounts in that right window, and the software would just churn, filling up our blog network with their content. So obviously we want our blog network to have longevity, and that's why we've put that limit in there. And to be honest with you, the month of testing this software, I've only ever used one Google account. So all the results you've seen or that I've presented are from using exactly one account. I did 2 runs with 2 accounts to test it, which works awesome. But for now, all you need to use is one account. So that's it. Click on start and off you go. So I'll go back. Oops. This time I'll select an existing project and I'll show you exactly how it looks. So these are the links. This one has simple token, no spin tax. This one has the token and spin tax included. And this one just has simple anchor text. And then when we go over here, I used H1 tags in the heading. I put an iframe of a YouTube video, an image. Actually, I suppose I should just... Okay, so that's the H1 header. That's the embed. That's the image. And then this is the text. So as you can see, that's spun text there. Spun text, yep. And another H1 header, which is this one and this one. And then text, which has got spin text, of course. And then another image at the bottom, and you'll see there's no links there. These are created, these links down here come from the database, of which your links will be in. Very, very simple. And click on start. I'll show you how it works, but I'll speed it up. To get to log into Google, we'll do some groovy stuff, which we're not at liberty to share with other people, of course. Logging into Google these days is, I'll just wait till it finishes. Okay, we've logged in. Logging into Google, they've made it pretty difficult for people like us to do this, so we found a tricky way to get around it, as we always do. Okay, so it's creating a blog. Now it's choosing a name for the blog, and if that name is already taken, it will add on random characters at the end to ensure we get a unique address. So now we come back to Google after creating the Blogger blog and the Tumblr blog and go to Webmaster Tools. This is slow here because I would put it on the longest duration to wait for those people with slower internet connections to make sure it works. So there you go, we put the new domain in here from the blogger that was just created. Continue. Thank you very much. Verifying the property, it's verified. Now it's requesting indexing, it's submitted for indexing. Got it. Now we go to Ping-O-Matic and ping the RSS feeds from the blogger URL, from the Blogger blog and the Tumblr blog. As you can see, I've been running this software a lot today, so occasionally you'll get that timeout. And there it is, project completed, and that was 6 minutes. And it created this beautiful piece of artwork here. Look at that. And all that text will be different from all the previous ones. You can even put alt text on there, but I'm really not concerned about getting these blogs to rank. All I'm interested in are these links that are distributed to these WordPress blogs, which is then reposted to the Twitter accounts, Tumblr accounts, and Blogger accounts from each of these WordPress posts. Very, very cool. Now getting back to the strategy. So, it's interesting with this website I'm working on now, we're doing a total rebrand from selling bandage dresses to formal dresses. Bandage dresses average $70 a sale, formal dresses average $400 a sale and go up to $1,500, $2,000 per dress. So what we're doing is training Google's algo about what's happening with this website. We do that in 2 specific ways. 1, I warm it up by sending anchor text links to the root of the domain. Simple. So think of the website that you're promoting as a big popular article website. Google's algorithm senses there's a change. A lot of Web 2 stuff is talking about this website, and the anchor text is showing terms related to these sort of terms, which it wasn't used to. So it's establishing those terms in its database in relation to the domain that we put in this software. So we are warming it up to let it know there's some change. There's been a big discussion on the internet about this domain, but about these terms. So what I did is I used that strategy. This exact same strategy, I put this in the software, 3 links with a token on each and syntax in each. Each link had 2 different keyword phrases, so that's 3 links, each with 2 different keyword phrases, and software randomly chose one of those 2 keyword phrases each time. I ran that software twice a day for 5 days. And instantly that website started getting a lot more traffic. At the same time, I'm warming it up. I'm warming up the algorithm to what these terms are. Now there's a lot to be, these aren't exactly long-term keyword phrases. This here, a combination of these terms together, so we've got year 12, Australia, Australia, graduation, graduation, year 12, formal dresses, formal dresses, dresses in one term. So I'm warming up the website about these terms. And that's exactly what I did. And after a week, then we created this page based off this long tail keyword phrase I created myself, and that's it there. Then I put this direct link in the software, and it was indexed in under 24 hours. Obviously I didn't check, but it was ranking very fast. The beauty of this long tail term is that is a long tail term that will, and an internal page has this in the title, and it has it here, meaning that page will rank individually for these terms. And these are hardcore money terms. So that one page will certainly rank and get to the top of Google using this software, the top of page 1 of Google for each of these terms. I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever. When I first started checking for these terms, that website was around page 15, 17, and right now, within a week and a half, I think, then it's now some are page 3, some are page 2, and other terms that were nowhere to be seen before are ranking page 1. This network is working far better than I could have ever anticipated. So, originally we did this. The root with 2 keyword phrases. Now we want to rank these terms. But for that link. So I'll show you exactly what they look like. So these are the exact links that I'm using. I'll put it in a text file so you can see clearer. So these are the links, the exact links I used in the software that I copied and pasted from the software. So that is the term there. Actually, I've progressed on to, I found another formal gown related link on that website, so I'm sending more keyword phrases to it here. I'm still sending anchor text links to root here, and on this link, I'm sending different keyword phrases as anchor text back to the root still. Initially, this is the new internal page we created, and I put that 3 or 4 times, like I said previously, with the different keyword phrases. So this page can rank for all these different terms. So I hear you ask, how many links can you put in this section of the software? It's unlimited. You can put as many as you like, but you can see exactly what I'm doing here. I'm going for quality links over. I can put to you, the more links you put in here, the less value each of those links has. You can put unlimited Google accounts in this software, so you can run the software once, run it again with a different Google account, run it again with a different Google account, and get more quality links. Man, I've been doing this for a couple of decades, running a support desk for 15 years, and I know people are just going to put hundreds, if not thousands of links. In support the other day with our Maps Blaster software, we had a support ticket, and in the description of the Maps software, someone put 117,000 links, and he wondered why the software didn't work. True story, ask Cole. Colin figured that out by copying that into a text file, looking down the bottom, sure enough, 117,000 links. Why someone would do that, I don't know. So I'm making it clear, the more links you put in here, they will all work, but the quality will be dramatically reduced in direct proportion to how many you put in there. You put in a couple of thousand, sure they'll get indexed, but the linking value of them won't be that great. So that's what I do, and it's working extraordinarily well. So the reason I'm using the strategy outlined above in this particular site is it's rebranding its niche from Spanish dresses to formal dresses. So I'm doing this work via anchor text links, teaching the algo what it is via anchor text and getting new internal pages to rank, which is the best way to teach the algo what the punters are using to find this site in terms of keyword phrases used. So more specifically on that, what that means is, look, I love long-tailed keyword phrases because they are easy to rank. You don't get a bunch of traffic, but you're teaching the algorithm what this site is about through clients all over the world, which can't be spoofed. So when a person searches red and blue widgets in Google, in the search box, and your site comes up, when they click on that, the algorithm knows is assigning your site to those phrases used in the search. So it's a good idea to get your website ranking for a lot of long-tail terms, not for traffic and money, but for the getting those keyword phrases out of a human into a search engine search box, into an algorithm based on your website. That's what you want to do. That's what teaches the algorithm what your website is about. And just from that alone, it will get a bump for the more competitive terms inside the longer tail keyword phrases. I can't stress that enough. People have got a thing about long tail keyword phrases, and I don't know why. We've been doing it this way for bloody decades, and it just works. So where am I up to? Yep, so what we're doing in the initial stages is training the algorithm about what your website is about. After a month, then I'll get the rest of the site updated, mainly the root. So what that means is, right now, I think I showed you before, the site we are rebranding still has in the root, in the title and the H1 tags on in the title and the H1 tags on the top of the site is the old keyword phrases, but I'm getting it to rank for the new terms via this network and the anchor text. When we swap over those keyword phrases in the title and the H1 tags, that site is just going to get an amazing amount of traffic, because that's the final stage in telling the algorithm, hey, we've changed, we're now this, and it already knows about that through the work that we've trained it previously. When we change those titles, the traffic is going to go through the roof. That root domain is going to rank for a lot of the terms that the internal pages are ranking for now. So that's kind of 1, 2, and 3 part of the plan. Then the next part, once the entire site is ranking for these terms, and the website will rank for those terms. The internal pages, the root. So then we go to work to really crush it and get traffic and basically destroy the competition. So Now I'll run Evo a few times. Now why Evo? Because Evo produces video content and Google site content. If you check all these terms in Google that this site is now ranking for, you won't see any Google sites or videos. So there's an opportunity. Google, shut up. Thank you. So now there's an opportunity. So say we're ranking 1 or 2 for a term in Google. Then all I really care about ranking in Google is above the fold on page 1. So if I can get a video in there, first of all, I'm establishing the rankings of this site in Google at the top of page 1. Because I don't want to come in with Google Sites and videos and bump it down. So I'm focusing on spending time on this site to get a solid rankings at the top of page 1. Once I achieve that, then I can use those keyword phrases for established page 1 rankings in Evo. And then Evo will produce video content and Google sites. So I focused on getting the site ranking for those terms, and I've consolidated those rankings at the top of page 1. Now when we run Evo, we're going to get videos listed for those same terms and Google sites. And what does that do? So number 1, our site. Number 2, video. Number 3, Google site. We've just bumped 2 competitors below the fold on page 1. They were getting traffic before. Who gets that traffic now? Some of them will go to the Google site, the video, and then come back to us anyway. But generally, our site will be stealing that traffic from those 2 that were just below it before. Makes sense? Makes perfect sense. In a perfect world, we'll get a video carousel, which happens sometimes it doesn't, but the trick to getting video carousels is using a vast different amount of Google accounts in Evo, because you're not going to get a video carousel of content from one Google account, from one YouTube account. You need a whole bunch of different ones, so Google thinks, oh, we'll put all this related content together, but really it's the same content, because Evo made it. But it's made it different enough so it thinks it's all related from other people. Thank you very much. So we push people below 2 competitors, and then buy my bloody Twitter software, which is awesome, and do the same. So then you've got you ranking, YouTube videos, carousel in a perfect world, Google sites, then Twitter moments, and you've just pushed another competitor below the fold on page 1. How good is that? This is exactly what I did with this website with the other niches, and it works every time. The beauty of doing this is, because I've established the previous niche using our tools, we're not going to lose that traffic. We're going to gain more expensive traffic to the route and to the internal pages that we create. And honestly, this just goes on ad infinitum. Like, you can create an internal page for any keyword phrases on a domain that's established and rinse and repeat. So, it just comes down to time and money. How much money your client has got for the products that warrant that money for you to do the work. Make sense? If you're not clear, just ask in the Evo group on Facebook. Another thing, I'll do 2 or 3 weeks on, and then I'll give it a rest. Which is like telling Google this is an active site. It's really popular sometimes, then it slows down, then it becomes popular again, which is how the internet works, But each time you make it a little bit more popular, it's going to raise in credibility in the algorithm each time you do it. Just another thing on the PDF, if you run 2 accounts, you'll have exactly what you see here, but twice, one for each Google account. And in this software, you can order up to 5, to the ability to run 5 Google accounts at once. Then that means you have the same as this 5 times on the one PDF, and all the content produced on each of these will be unique from any other of the ones in the PDF. So you can upload this PDF to Google Drive if you like, share it, make it public, send links to it, that's cool. The other thing I'd like to show you is go to peterdrew.net ping services. These bottom 4 here, open them up in their own tab. I like to do this. I'm not sure how effective it is, but it's what I do. Go to your PDF. Grab those. Put them in there. They're all one click. Two clicks, 3 clicks. So that's peterdrew.net/ping services. Use those 4 down there. It helps. Anything that helps is good, and then just leave this browser going until it's all done. It's pinging all those links. Too easy. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. If you need any help, go to www.petesupport.com and our friendly tech support staff will give you a hand. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.